Welcome back! I'm here with another Photoshop tutorial. Today we are going to create an advertising scene like this. It's full of new tricks and techniques, and who can say no to a good pizza? Step number 1. Let's create the background. For our background, we need a texture like this one, a texture of wood. At first, make it selected, and by dragging it into this icon, create a duplicated layer. Now, one of them should be fixed into the top, and another one should be brought to the top, and press Ctrl T, and after that, place it in the bottom. Hold Ctrl on your keyboard, and now you can change the location like this, and it should be a table for our pizza. And remember to have 0.0 in degree. And after that, by pressing OK, our texture are set to the project. It's time for color changing. At first, select your layer. Double click on it. Enable the color overlay. Blend mode, hue, opacity 100%, and color is pure black. After that, you can just double click on your another layer and go to color overlay and repeat the process, or you can just hold Alt key on your keyboard, click on FX and drag it to another layer, and just like that, the color of our texture would be changed. For the last layer of our background, we need more adjustment of color. At first, come here, click on this icon, and create a brightness and contrast. Now, in brightness, let's reduce it to something like this one is suitable, and in contrast, let's increase it to something like 70 for contrast, and minus 109 is okay. And now our background is ready. Step number 2. It's time for bringing the clock into the project. It's the clock object that I'm gonna use in my design, and I have already removed the background. Let's import it to the project and move on. Clock is here, but as you can see, we have a problem in this area. We don't need these green pixels in our object. So, at first, let's adjust the clock, and after that, let's resolve this problem. I have told you many different ways for changing color and getting rid of these unwanted problems. One of them was to double click on your layer, enable the color overlay, blend mode set to hue, opacity 100%, and color as you like, and just like that, you can see the problem has been resolved. But today I'm gonna show you another way. At first, select your layer. Now, come to brush and click on color replacement tool. After that, adjust the size. The small size is more effective. Now, take a sample by pressing Alt key on your keyboard and click on a pixel. It would take the color. Now, if you drag and brush on your green pixels, they would go away. Just like that, you can resolve your problem. And now it's the process that I'm gonna do on my clock.
A few moments later.
The clock is ready and our problem is solved. Now let's go to another layer. For the next layer, we need a pizza, something like this one. I have already removed the background, and now it's time for using it in the project. Pizza is here, and now you can just adjust it by pressing on Ctrl T and dragging it, and as you can see, it's not very professional for the project. Look at this area. You can see that the pizza is not fit in the inner circle of our clock. So, for getting rid of this problem, we need to select our clock layer. After that, click on this one and create a new layer. Now, going to the brush and reset that to the original brush, hardness 100%, roundness 100%, and by adjusting the size, we can just create a circle like this one. And now by pressing Ctrl T, right click on it and clicking on warp, we can just have a nice fit in inner circle of our shape. Now, when the adjustment is finished, enable your pizza eye. After that, press Ctrl T and increase the size a little bit larger than the inner circle of our clock. After that, hold Alt key on your keyboard. Come between your layers, and when the icon has been changed into this one, click, and just like that, the pizza is fit in inner circle of your clock. The pizza is fit in inner circle, but we have a problem. Look at the clock. What time is it? We don't have these three objects and we can't say what time is it. For correcting this mistake, at first disable the eye on your layer of shape so the pizza would follow, and after that select your clock layer. Now we need to have a duplicated layer of this object in this area. For doing that, you can just come to lasso tools and select your shape like this one, as I told you in my previous techniques, or you can click on pen tool, and after that you can select your shape very precisely. But a good point for pen tool is in these areas. When we have a curved selection, click and after that drag, and now you can select your shape very precisely. I will select this whole object and after that we will move on. When your selection with pen is finished, you can just click on this button and create a selection, just like this one. Now come to your clock layer, press Ctrl J, and as you can see, we have the object. But something in this area is not okay. For correcting that, press on eraser tool and get rid of this one. And now just enable the whole layers. After that, bring the object in this area, and now we have the pizza and we have the time. Clock is ready and adjusted in the project, but we need a reflection of our clock on the table. At first, select all the layers, right-click on one of them and convert them into a smart object. After that, by click and dragging your layer into this icon, create a duplicated layer. Press Ctrl T, right-click on your object and press on Flip Vertical. After that, change the position and something like this one is okay. Now, select your reflected layer. Click on this icon and create a layer mask. After that, enable the gradient, and now by doing something like this one, when this color is set to pure white and this one has been set to pure black, and these two colors would be adjusted by your foreground and background color. And after that, by adjusting this icon, you can have a very nice reflected layer, and by adjusting the opacity to something like 80%, we have a nice reflection of our clock on the table. For the next layer, we need some ingredients, something like this one. And the background has already been removed, so let's import it into the project. Ingredients are here, and I have already removed some of them. Now, we need to change the position of ingredients based on our design. If we just click on one of the ingredients and change the position or changing the size, all of them would be changed. For not doing this mistake, at first select your object. Now, for example, I would like to adjust this one. Come here and click on Rectangle Marquee tool. After that, select your object. Now, come here and select Move tool. Now, if you click on your object and change the position of it, you can see that other ingredients would be still and this one would be changed. And if I press Ctrl T and change the size, as you can see, only this one would be changed, not the whole ingredients. Now, I will adjust them based on this technique, and after that we will move on. The adjustment of ingredients is finished and it's the final result, but they should be falling in the scene. For creating that sense, right-click on your layer and convert it into a smart object. After that, come to Filter, come to Blur, and click on Motion Blur. Angle should be set to 90 degrees, so they are falling from the top to the bottom, and after that you can set the distance as you like, but for the pixel for this project is okay. By clicking on OK, you can now see that the ingredients are falling into the project. Step number 3. Let's design our scene with text. Before creating a text, at first, let me show you how to create a cloud very easily. We need a cloud somewhere around here. For creating that, at first, click on this icon and create a new layer. After that, select your brush and adjust the size of your brush. And now just click like this one and create a shape like this.
A few moments later.
When your shape is ready, double click on it. In blending option, decrease the full opacity to 0%. After that, enable the stroke. Size 3 pixels is okay. Position should be set to outside. Blend mode normal, opacity 100%. Fill type is color and the color is pure white. By pressing OK, you can see that you are having a very nice shape of cloud. And if you have a problem like this one, all you need is to select your layer. Enable the brush one more time, and by clicking, you can resolve this problem. Now, we need a text for placing in this area. Just click on horizontal text tool, click on your scene and type anything that you would like. The first text is set and ready. Our design needs a title. Click on this area and type Pizza Time. After that, adjust it with your scene. Before going for color changing, when your text is selected, click on this one as I told you in my previous techniques, and the link for that one is right there. Click on it and change the style to arc. And after that, you can decrease the bend to something like 20%. And now let's change the appearance. I just created another shape, a pointing way to the title from the clock. And I have changed my font of text into Lobster 1.4. Now they are ready for changing. Before going for that one, at first, create a new layer and select Pizza Time and New Layer together. Right-click on one of them and click on Merge Layers. After that, when your layer is selected, come to Filter and click on Liquify. Now, when you have set to this option, Forward Warp tool, just by clicking on your text, you can change the appearance of it. Now, I will change the appearance of all my words and we will see the final result. It's the final result of liquefying my text. It's the pizza word and it's the time. By pressing on OK, I will apply the changes on my text. After that, let's change the appearance of all these objects, this pointing way, this cloud, and my words. So select your group and after that come to Effects. Enable the color overlay. Blend mode normal, opacity 100%, and color is as tasty color. 64 in hue, 100% of saturation, and 100% of brightness. Now, have another effect, outer glow. Blend mode normal, opacity 100%, and color is set to in hue, 100% of saturation, and 80% of brightness. And following options would be like this one. Now, by pressing on OK, our design is ready. Well done, my friend. You've just finished another Photoshop tutorial and now you are more expert in Photoshop. I would like to see your designs based on these techniques and tricks. If you would like to know more tricks and techniques about Photoshop, just subscribe the channel and don't forget to share this video with your friends. See you in the next video.